Hi there, my name is Tim Cornish. I'm a native Calgarian. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is for educational purposes only, not for resale. If you like what you see, please subscribe and you'll get a whole lot more for free on YouTube. Thank you for doing that too. Today's lesson, the October Crisis. In the ongoing battle for social change, Canada has earned respect around the world as a nation that prefers peaceful solutions to its problems. This is true except for one dark period during the early 1970s when Canadians found themselves in the middle of a violent struggle as a wave of political terrorism threatened to destroy social order in the province of Quebec. In October 1970, a group calling itself the Front de Libération de Québec, FLQ, kidnapped British diplomat James Cross and Quebec provincial cabinet minister Pierre Laporte from their homes. These acts marked the beginning of the October Crisis, a 3-month period of political unrest caused by the FLQ. The FLQ was formed in 1962 by members of a Quebec separatist organization called the Comité de Libération Nationale. This group included many French-Canadian scholars and students who were inspired by freedom fighters in Cuba and Latin America. The goal of the FLQ was to help Quebec achieve independence from Canada through violent struggle instead of peaceful negotiations. At the time, the separatist movement in Quebec was gaining in popularity. Debate over French language rights in the province and several labor disputes made many Quebecers unhappy with their role in Canadian federalism. The FLQ decided the time was right to launch their plan for Quebec independence. Their first act was the kidnapping of James Cross, who was abducted from his home in Montreal by 4 armed men. 5 days later, Mr. Laporte was taken from his home in Saint-Lambert. Although the government had no idea of the exact number of members in the FLQ, they were convinced the group was a serious threat to the security of government officials. Both Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau and Quebec Premier Robert Bourassa agreed that something had to be done to stop the terrorists and to protect cabinet ministers and government buildings. On October 16th, the federal government put the War Measures Act into effect in Quebec. This gave the police new powers to search, arrest, and detain anyone they believed to be involved in terrorist activity in the province. A force of over 1,200 police officers went to work looking for people suspected of having ties to the FLQ. By noon that same day, over 450 suspected FLQ supporters had been jailed in Quebec. The next day, however, the FLQ sent a message saying Laporte had been killed as a result of the police action. This plunged the province into a deeper crisis as the government began fearing for the safety of Quebecers. On December 3rd, police surrounded an apartment in North Montreal containing the kidnappers of James Cross and Mr. Cross himself. The terrorists agreed to release the British diplomat in return to safe passage to Cuba. The release of Cross and the eventual arrest and conviction of several FLQ members put an end to the October Crisis. And despite their feelings on separatism, most Quebecers felt the government had acted wisely in putting an end to FLQ terrorism in Quebec. Thank you for listening. If you want more Canadian content or you're interested in the Canadian content that I'm putting on YouTube, please hit the share button. Thank you.